This video is part of a series of short videos taking a look at the Boris Continuum 3D Objects category of filters. And this video will specifically look at using After Effects lights to light your extruded object. So here I have an extruded text filter, and you see built-in light is enabled by default, but I'm going to disable it and create an After Effects light. Leave it as a point light for now. And so with the After Effects light, you get the nice 3D interactor for positioning it directly in 3D space, and you see the filter responding to the light as it moves. And I'll just try out a spotlight here. Whoops. And if I move the spotlight point of interest, you'll see the extruded object seems to be correctly aware of that light as well. So you can use any of the types of After Effects lights with your extruded object. Let me create a second light here. And I'll move that down and to the right. And I want to use it as a fill light, so let me kind of make that a little not quite as bright as the other. Maybe give it a little bluish, cooler cast to that light. Bump it up a little here. You'll find that some of the materials in these BCC 3D objects categories will use bump maps and stuff like that, and it really, having more sophisticated lighting really brings out the 3D look in them. We put this this third red light behind the object. That'll be sort of a backlight that would be more apparent at certain angles. Here, by moving around, you get an idea of what my fill light is doing as opposed to the main light in the upper left there. And let me give it a little spin. Catch some of the sort of reddish highlights that happen at certain points from the backlight there. And let me try out some different extrusion styles just to see how this lighting looks on different surfaces, different shapes. There's a metal plate, sort of metallic looking material. Here's one that's more of a marbleized stone preset. And let's try, here's one that's just sort of a shiny gray extrusion where the back face is smaller than the front face and sort of slopes out to the front face with a rounded bevel, which will be more apparent if I spin it around. Try this lighting. I'm trying to adjust where my highlight is there on the front face. So there you kind of see the shape of the extrusion. And you see I'm actually spinning this around, scrubbing the parameters in the transformation group. But if I reset these, I'll show you a trick for doing this in a more direct way. Let me hide these light tracks. What I'm going to do is create a new layer, and I'll make it a null object, and I'll make it a 3D null. And if I type R on the keyboard here, that exposes the rotation controls. And then I'm going to go into my filter transformation groups, and I want to link those rotation controls to the rotation of the null. So I've exposed the rotation controls in the timeline there. Let me select those three parameters, choose Add Expression, twirl them open, and I'm just going to grab the little pick whip and say X, Y, Z. So now they're linked, and you'll see, let me bring back my light tracks here and just move it down right on top of the object it's controlling there. If I grab my rotation tool and it's set to rotation, here I can really quickly and directly rotate my object in 3D space on screen. And you can see the 3D lighting there as well. So that's a quick look at how to enable 3D lights for your BCC 3D Objects filter.